In the future, we will encounter several sectors that will fundamentally affect our lives. These include virtual and augmented reality companies, artificial intelligence, robotic process automation, Internet of Things, and others. Today I will focus on green energy companies that are expected to make a major contribution to moving us closer to a sustainable energy lifestyle. I'd like to pick a few stocks that you can hold for 10 years or more, and these will be companies that stand out among the rest in terms of size, market position and products. I'm Jiri and welcome to my YouTube channel Invest with Jiri. If you are interested in investing and working with money, subscribe to the channel and let's get into the topic of investing in green energy companies. Are people interested in green energy? If I view global searches on Google Trends since 2004 for keywords such as renewable energy, green energy, sustainable energy, clean energy or low carbon energy, I can see that the interest curve in this sector has started to rise in recent years. More and more people are finding the topics of green energy interesting. And what are the trends in different subcategories of green energy? I have let the following chart show the password solar, wind, geothermal, hydropower, ocean or bioenergy. It is clear that solar energy and wind energy are the most searched terms among the selected ones. So it is not surprising that most of the stock companies that I list in this video are involved in solar energy and wind energy. As an addendum, I might mention the S&P Global Clean Energy Index containing green energy companies. At the end of the 10-year chart, we see a drop in the price in the index, most likely caused by the current economic situation in the world, with the aftermath of COVID and the energy crisis. Let's take a look at my list of green energy companies in the S&P 500 index, which I have ranked from smallest companies to the largest by capitalization. SolarEdge SEDG, it has a market capitalization of $14.37 billion and is first on my list. SolarEdge is a well-known provider of solar energy solutions. Their technology includes innovative solar inverters that optimize the performance of solar panels and ensure efficient use of solar energy. On the chart, we see the company's entire price history, where the price has been stagnant in the price channel between $190 to $360 since 2021. First Solar, FSLR, has a market capitalization of $19.56 billion. First Solar is a leading company in the production of thin-film photovoltaic solar panel. Their solar modules are made from cadmium telluride technology and are known for their high efficiency and long life. As of July 2022, the share price has started to rise dramatically from $100 to the current $200 per share. Enphase, ENPH, has a market capitalization of $22.12 billion. Enphase specializes in microinverter systems for solar energy. Their innovative microinverter technology improves the performance of solar systems and enables the monitoring and control of energy production from individual solar panels. The share price is around $170 as of 2021. Consolidated Edison, ED, has a market capitalization of $31.94 billion. Consolidated Edison is an energy provider that focuses on the distribution of electricity and natural gas. Although not primarily focused on renewable energy generation, ED is actively involved in supporting and implementing solar and wind energy projects in its region. The share price has been steadily rising despite the uncertain developments surrounding COVID or the current energy crisis. NextEra Energy, NEE, has a market capitalization 4.5 times higher than Consolidated Edison at $147.75 billion. NextEra Energy is a leading US producer of renewable energy, with an emphasis on wind and solar. The company operates one of the largest wind and solar power grids in the US and invests in innovation and renewable energy development. Around May 2020, the share price began to stagnate around $70. Until then, it has seen steady growth. Finally, let's take a look at Tesla Inc., TSLA. Tesla's market capitalization is whopping $876.49 billion, and it is the largest company on my list. Compared to SolarEdge, it is 50 times larger by capitalization. Tesla is the world's leading manufacturer of electric vehicles, but it is also involved in a wide range of renewable energy and energy storage. The company focuses on solar energy, home battery manufacturing and energy storage, and supports the development and integration of renewable energy sources into the power grid. Tesla's stock price movement is choppy. On the one hand, we have autonomous battery cars producing zero emissions, and on the other, we have the extravagant entrepreneur Elon. Tesla's exorbitant share price, which is several times the capitalization of the incumbent automakers, suggests an inflated bubble. We will see. The share price peaked in December 2021 at $380, and exactly 1 year later the price has fallen to $120. The stock has been split several times in the past and now trades at $270 apiece. The featured companies develop and manufacture products in the renewable energy sector. From the manufacture of solar panels, microinverters and batteries to wind and solar power generation and grid power distribution. Each company has specific contributions and technological innovations that contribute to the development and sustainability of renewable energy. On what criteria did I base my selection of green energy shares? A key factor was whether the company was focused on green energy, which includes renewable energy generation, greenhouse gas reduction, and sustainable energy technologies. Thus, I tried to select companies that actively contribute to the development and innovation of renewable energy. To select companies, I took into account whether they are part of the broader S&P 500 index. This is a basic requirement that I often use. Are they companies with an established market position? Do the stocks have enough liquidity for me to be able to buy them at a good price and get rid of them quickly if necessary? I also look at the stock's performance over the entire period and assess their performance over the last 3 years as we have gone through COVID and the ongoing energy crisis. This may also suggest a lot. The chart shows the capitalization of all companies together. The capitalization is the value obtained by multiplying the number of shares issued by a company, called the number of shares outstanding, and the current market price per share. As can be seen, the most highly valued stock is that of visionary Elon Musk's Tesla and NextEra Energy. The rest of the companies by capitalization are among the smaller ones. Why do I think green energy companies will be essential in the future? There is a general growing awareness of climate change and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. People are becoming increasingly aware of the impact of emissions on the climate and are looking for clean and sustainable energy sources. Green energy companies offer alternatives to fossil fuels that reduce emissions and contribute to reducing dependence on these limited resources. Governments and international organizations have committed to ambitious, sustainable energy and emissions reduction targets. This support creates stable and favorable conditions for the growth of green energy companies, whether through investment incentives, subsidies, or regulatory measures. Technological progress is another factor that supports the importance of green energy companies. Innovations in renewable energy sources such as solar panels, wind turbines, and energy storage increase efficiency and reduce costs. Green energy companies are using these innovations to produce energy more cheaply and efficiently than ever before, giving them a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Limited resources such as oil and natural gas also play an important role in the rise of green energy companies. These fossil fuels are finite and their extraction and use has a negative impact on the environment. Investing in green energy companies and promoting sustainable energy projects contributes to environmental protection and the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, a key objective in the fight against climate change. What types of green energy companies are there? We have the use of solar energy. Solar panels capture sunlight and convert it into electricity, photovoltaics or heat, solar thermal. Solar energy is one of the cleanest and most widely available forms of renewable energy. Wind energy is generated by wind turbines that use the power of the wind to drive generators. Wind turbines are sited in open spaces or on seashores where there is a good amount of strong wind. Wind energy is one of the fastest growing sectors of renewable energy. Hydropower harnesses the power of flowing waters to generate electricity. This can include hydroelectric power plants that harness the gradients or currents of rivers, or tidal power plants that take advantage of changes in sea level. Hydropower is a long-standing source of renewable energy. Geothermal energy uses the natural heat of the Earth's core. Geothermal power plants use steam or hot water that flows from geothermal springs to power turbines and generators. It's a renewable energy source that is available worldwide, especially in areas with geothermal activity. Biomass is derived from organic materials such as agricultural waste or wood chips. Biomass can be burned for heating or electricity, or it can be converted into biogas or biofuels. The use of biomass contributes to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and minimizing waste. These types of renewable energy represent an important step towards a sustainable and clean energy future and contribute to reducing dependence on fossil fuels and greenhouse gas emissions. By now you know more about green energy than most investors, so it would be a good idea to ask, what proportion of investments should green energy companies hold in my portfolio? This is obviously a $1 million question in itself. In general, I would recommend it setting aside no more than 5% to 10% in a value investor's long-term portfolio for alternative and therefore riskier investments. I would split the rest of the portfolio between ETFs, major stock titles and aristocrats, bonds, and also leave some in cash. Nobody probably wants to invest their entire life savings in green energy companies. In fact, he or she could find that the sector does not do well due to government regulations or waning interest in the green energy sector, and the portfolio then falls into a loss for several decades. Thanks very much for watching to the end. Give the video a like if you found it interesting, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great time and invest wisely.